Hey, what's up, everyone? I have Jackie here with me, owner at Primitive Star Quilt Shop. So, yeah, Jackie, tell me a little bit more about you, what you guys do, and, what are you guys all about?
Yeah, I'm the owner here at Primitive Star Quilt Shop, and we've been online since 2010. And we service customers all over the United States in the primitive country home decorating niche. So that's who we are and what we do.
So, Jackie, tell me a little bit more about, how much your e-commerce side has, grown since we've been working together for the last, few months and, what it was kind of like previously.
Sure. So one thing I've noticed with using you guys as our Klaviyo marketers is just that we've definitely had an increase in our flows. That's probably the biggest thing that I've seen is that we knew that our flows needed some work. We knew that that was one of those areas that we weren't tapping into completely, and so getting you guys in there and getting those all current and functioning the way they're supposed to has really been a positive thing for us.
Appreciate it. So for those that don't know, we've been working with Jackie since August. So it has been a while, since we've been working together, crafting up their email strategy and things like that. So Jackie, just tell me a little bit more about, the challenges you guys were facing, maybe trying to figure out the whole email marketing channel yourself. How has that been before? And, how is it like now that, we're here to help you guys?
Yeah, so actually it was really kind of interesting the way it all just fell together. The gal who had been doing our email marketing was doing a great job and we were seeing success, but she needed to move on. It was time for her to homeschool her children. And so we were just kind of at a place right at the crossroads of, okay, what's next? What are we going to do? And then I can't remember if you guys came by way of an email or if it was a call.
Yep,
One
it
of you
was
guys reached out.
email.
Email. Okay.
Yep.
That's how our first contact was. And there was something about, because I get a lot of emails, I get a lot of
Hmm.
people just wanting to help me in all these different ways with my
Hmm.
business. And there was something about your email that I don't remember what it was, but that made me think, this is worth looking into. And so reached out and had a discovery call with Eddie, and
Hmm.
he was able to share, all the different things that you guys could do for us. And I knew as he was talking, I realized, okay, yeah, we haven't really been doing that, or we don't do this to its biggest potential. And so at that point, I thought it was definitely a good timing that your email came through at the time that we were going to be needing to make some adjustments anyway. So it worked out great.
Awesome. So, how much time are you thinking about email per week right now? Would you say, now that since we've been working with you?
Yeah, so it's a great question. I don't really know exactly how much time. I know that I don't have to give it a lot.
Hmm.
That's one thing I want to point out too is that I've used other companies in the past to be our voice, whether it's
Hmm.
I don't know if I really use anyone for email, but different writing or content or things. And it's been very difficult to find someone who could be our voice in the way that I wanted it to represent us. And that is one thing that I found with your company is it really didn't take very long for me to see that the way you guys were communicating to my customers was a way that I would want to communicate myself. And so that was a huge positive that there wasn't a big learning curve for me to instruct you about exactly how to say it or what to say or not to sound this way. So that was great. And so really the biggest thing I need to do, of course, as you guys get our emails ready, I go through, I check them to make sure, if there's a tweak I want or a different product maybe to focus on. I do think that for someone who maybe hasn't had much hands-on at all in email, you maybe wouldn't even have to. Since I've been very involved in our emails that go out, I still do like to keep my eye on everything as it's going out. But it's definitely not something that has to occupy very much time in my life,
Hmm.
which is great.
Jack, I do remember, when you first came on, you were like a little bit worried about like the whole brand voice and everything. And I believe we sent like the first five emails to you, and you're like, wow, all like the doubt's been gone. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
that
to
was
see
really
that.
very great. Yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, being a business owner yourself, I know you probably worked with like a lot of other, agencies and everything. So maybe could you tell me a little bit more about, how those past experience are versus, someone like us?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that you just have been very easy to work with. You are good at your response time, and it has definitely. I've appreciated the monthly meetings too, just to kind of keep up with things. That's been great. That Jeffrey and I have been able to do that. Really haven't had hiccups at all. It's just really been a
Hmm.
positive experience.
Awesome. So, since joining with us, what were some wins or milestones that you have achieved?
Well, like I mentioned before, the flows being in place and really seeing those performing, it has been great. Another thing is you guys did quite a bit of work to our sign up forms and the way people, get their emails listed with us. And so that I've seen a huge, this is how the chart looks on that one. It's just definitely growing at a steady pace with all the new signups each month. So that's been good. And then, you've been able to raise our attribution rate from, I think we were at close to maybe 30% or something, and you've raised that more like in the mid 40s, I think. So
hmm
so that's great that those emails are performing in that way.
Awesome. And kind of just the last question to wrap everything up, for everyone that's on the fence of working with us, what advice do you have to say to them?
I would say I just don't have any reason to say hold back. Obviously, it's a commitment financially, maybe for some, and but yet I would say that, what I've seen and the way that the results have gone, I don't know that I would say there's a reason to hold back. Obviously, I do think it's important that each company does have their voice and they're able to be
Mhm.
represented well. So if you guys can continue to do that for other people like you have for me, then I don't have any hesitations.
Thank you so much, Jackie. So, yeah, I really appreciate your time today. And, as always, it's a pleasure talking to you.